You're watching Esports Center post-match recap.
Petrikov had a dominating performance on his Diddy Kong on Friday, just demolishing the competition here. Definitely looking into a top 4 contender, which we definitely, spoiler alert, saw today against his match.
Right. So Petrikov destroyed his opponent, like 3-0.
Absolutely.
100%. So
Absolutely.
easy. 3-stock game 2. It was absolutely the craziest thing I think I've seen this whole tournament in terms of Smash Bros. Play.
Plated had an amazing showing on Ken. It was just out of this world. Like, this guy was able to just get all up in there, really like throw the fists in the air and just get the ball rolling right off the bat. Well, he faced against the Hunter, which was the Banjo Kazooie main. Kind of an underdog in this tournament, I'll be honest, because Banjo Kazooie is not really the greatest character in the game. And he plays it just because he loves the character and he loves the game. And won 3-1. Which was huge because Plated was definitely the favorite in that matchup, especially right out the gates. Plated, his style is very, all right, as soon as we get into the game, I'm in your face, and let's see what you can do, basically. Like, no holds barred. I'm just going to get in there. I'm going to deal as much damage as I can, and I'm going to defend the ledge. That's just his playstyle. If you try to recover, I'm just going to knock you right back off. Though, was able to counter this and realize this play style very quickly and play to his zoning style with the grenades and the eggs that Banjo-Kazooie provides. So we got to see him take the 3-1, and we also got to see the dark horse of the tournament, which I know, Justin, you have different opinions on this. Amaryllis and their Bayonetta. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so he's an absolutely insane player. He attends tournaments, he attends Syracuse locals, and he constantly places really high in the top 8 at locals, and then at other tournaments he's placing top 20 and even above that with his training partner Harsnow. And Harsnow is an amazing Peach player that I think people should be keeping an eye on a national level. One of the things that people should look at when it comes to these top level players going into the semifinals and now even finals is that when you take an inch, you're going to see these players take it the extra mile. They're going to get 5% and they're going to turn that 5% into 60, 70, and they're going to keep going and going and going and going and going. And then that train's not going to stop. That aggression is going to keep going. And I think that's the example we saw today with Amaryllis and the things we've seen with Petrikov before. But in close sets, I think it'll be a lot more interesting to see how those things are coming along.
Yeah, because Petrikov and Amaryllis' hero pools are very similar in the fact that Petrikov has Diddy Kong and Amaryllis has Bayonetta, and those are two very fast, in-your-face characters. Like, let's see who screws this up first, basically. Bayonetta throws herself at Diddy Kong throws himself at Bayonetta. So having those two meet in semifinals is going to be an amazing match, and I definitely cannot wait to see that. What are your predictions for finals? From what we've seen, what is the ideal matchup here? Who are we going to see in finals?
I do think that Amaryllis is going to be able to take it and head his way into finals. Although Petrikov will give him a lot of trouble because I do believe the Diddy Kong matchup is tough for Bayonetta because the banana control will sway the weight of a match. Binghamton University's Rock will destroy the Hunter.
Really? Okay.
I will call that right now. No Johns. No. Because he is consistently one of the best New York State players. He goes to tournaments just like Amaryllis does. He consistently places really high at these 1,000-player tournaments, or almost 1,000-player tournaments. He plays in online tournaments. He's a very, very solid Samus, and Samus is also really, really strong online. So I think that that's something that players should definitely be really aware of. However, fate has met its end for the SUNY Poly Wildcats in Rocket League, and coming into fruition, we see SUNY Oneonta. And SUNY Oneonta, what a fantastic showing from them. And a fantastic just Rocket League game in general. Kevin, what did you think today?
So SUNY Oneonta taking game 1, just 3-2 to SUNY Poly Wildcats. You know, a really, really close one. Both teams have just powerhouses on their team. We have Nachos on the defensive side we were talking about, and R. Smith on the other side, the offense for Oneonta. Just super powerhouses, and throughout game 1, it showed that both teams could play at the highest level of Rocket League and not falter. That was a 3-2 victory, Oneonta. Game 2 was a little bit different. It was nice to see the Poly Wildcats come into their fruition and really play some solid Rocket League, going up 2-1, and even making a last-second save by Nachos to end that game 2-1 to make sure that game did not go into overtime. So Nachos really started right there, showing us that his defensive prowess was just superb. And game 3, even a different story was told there, as Oñata really just found their pace, found their style of Rocket League they wanted to play, and R. Smith was doing flip resets left and right, while Sanity was banking anything he missed in. So Oñata took that game 4-0, and unfortunately, Poly Wildcats could not come back to do anything. Game 4 was just the last game of the series where Oñata won it 1-0. Not really much to talk about there, but a lot of, like I've already repeated before, and I can't stop repeating, this Nachos guy on defense is just insane. And that was only countered out by how great Oñata played overall, as M8, Sanity, and R. Smith, just the awesome offense, not really having to worry too much about defense, as most of the pressure was applied on the Poly Wildcats side. I mean, you witnessed all this high-level Rocket League. How crazy and how close to these top-tier tournaments are we really getting with these final teams?
I mean, I personally think that we're getting like just as close as you can get. I think we're almost, at this level of play, at that tier 2 level of play, where we're seeing, people come into their own. And one of the things I really just want to mention about the players and how teams are adapting is we saw that SUNY Poly really wanted to go for more defensive strategy, and because they were letting go, and that's the adaptation you need, and that's why they took game 2. And in the RLCS, that's kind of what makes teams really great, is how they're able to adapt on the fly. But we did see Oñata take advantage of that defensive pressure, as SUNY Poly really focused on being on defense. It was absolutely crazy how offensive they were. Their demos were so smart and calculated. The ball resets, the flip resets were amazing. The double taps, the backboard shots and setups, the advantages that they took were absolutely crazy. So I think that's something that should be noted when it comes to the tier 2 level play.
Yeah, and I think that the Wildcats definitely should be super proud of that, as and in their performance, as they had to go up against just a top level team.
Alrighty, well, joining us now, we have the 3 members of representing SUNY Canton Esports. SUNY Canton Fortnite, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Have you all. After you guys just had the reverse sweep that you had tonight, go ahead and introduce yourselves. We'll start with Dylan and we'll end with Tommy.
Hello, I am Dylan. I currently manage this team over here at SUNY Canton, and that was an interesting game. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm
was,
Brandon.
that it
I'm
was.
one of the 2 captains for our Fortnite team, and that was a great game. Hats off to SUNY Poly.
I'm Tommy, and I'm just a player on the esports team, but it was a really close game today.
You're not just a
Apparently,
player,
It
dude.
got me
yeah,
stressed.
no. Apparently, you're not just a player, because you're a part of the team that literally were down 2-0 and then came back and won 3-2. So I
Yes.
wouldn't say that you're just a part of the team. I think you're more than that. I think you are all more than just a part of the team.
I gotta ask, did you guys lose? Did you guys intentionally lose games 1 and 2 so you can
No.
come back?
What? It's elimination round.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta give them false hope so you can,
I think
You
we
know,
did
I-
give them some false hope.
The first
Yeah.
match, they got 2 bot squads. They even told us they got 8 free kills at the start of the match.
Oof.
Oh my gosh, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what happened in those games. Like from the player's perspective. Why don't you go ahead?
Right, so we went into game 1 with Brandon and Tommy playing, and this SUNY Poly just absolutely popped off. They got I think 12 kills within the first 3 minutes of the match. It was absolutely insane, and Tommy and Brandon just could not find anybody until late game. When they did, they were just stacked players and really couldn't do much. So SUNY Poly took the first game. So then we thought, we had to do a little change up. So then we took Brandon out and we put me and Tommy in, and we decided a new landing spot. It did not work out. We got absolutely decimated at
Yeah.
Retail Row.
Did not survive the
And-
landing.
Vibes were low, but then we're just like, come on, guys, we got this. Let's just stick to the old strats that have always been working.
I was just
We
a hype
just
man in the
landed.
back.
We landed Grotto, and we popped off with those 3 games.
All right. Rapid fire questions. Are you ready? 60 seconds.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, prepare yourself. All right, going into this tournament, as you can see, you are now entering the semifinals stage. You have competed in the ECAC before. However, how intense is this tournament to you, and what does it mean?
Well, for me, this tournament means a lot because it's it's all SUNY schools, so like I can brag to my friends too who go to other SUNYs. Like SUNY Poly, I have 3 friends that go there, so of course I just told them all too.
And also, if we get high enough, like third, second, or first place, which I think we will, I know we will.
I know you will.
The Corvid 19 prize money for the schools would be great as well to help those in need.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that COVID-19 relief from sponsored by Extreme Networks. Absolutely. That'd be an amazing achievement for you guys, especially that you guys came back down 2 and then reverse swept. It was an amazing thing to watch, and you guys played very, very well.
So if I'm not mistaken, you guys are playing against UAlbany, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to ask you for your special secrets. Are you prepared? Are you ready this time?
I know
All right.
so.
I
Be
think we can
enthusiastic,
beat them.
get
We
pumped.
can beat them.
Yeah, we can
It's
definitely
just-
beat them. We may have lost to them twice before, but that's
2 times doesn't count. Those first times,
they're-
practice
they're just
rounds.
Best.
yeah, they were just practice rounds. Just
Yeah,
see what they got.
You're warming up. You're feeling them out.
that's
what we
what
like
I'm
to
saying,
see.
dude.
False hope
Excited to
again.
face
We're
them
giving
on
them
Wednesday.
false hope.
Are you guys actually going to take this home? Like, is this going to be it? Like, are we
Yeah.
going to get the COVID-19
We're
relief
oh,
for
We're
our
taking this
school?
home.
Yes, sir.
We're going all the way.
Not just for us, for our Rocket League and our Smash team that lost sadly on Wednesday. We're
Absolutely.
doing it for them as well.
Well, let's get the dub, boys. Once again, your
Oh, yeah.
SUNY
Dubs only.
Fortnite team. Thanks for coming out to the show, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks
Really
for
hope you
having
guys
us.
make a final tournament.